Viewers and subscribers, welcome back to Beating the Press podcast. I am your host, Rafa. Now, coming up in this evening's podcast, we're going to be looking at the two big matches coming up in the EPL this week. We're coming off an international break, and it's a full slate of match to look at. But the two we'll be focusing on would be the Newcastle versus West Ham game, and of course, that massive top of the table clash. Man City taking on the mighty Arsenal. Now, let's turn our attention to looking at the first game on the slate. Newcastle versus West Ham, two teams which are pretty much secure in their position in the league currently. Still pushing for European places, however, and that's where the fight will lie between these two teams. Newcastle have had a disappointing season, I would say, when compared to their exploits of last season, where they finished in a Champions League position. Right now, they are in the mid-table, and West Ham, another team last season, which finished in a European spot. They are thereabouts as well, just slightly ahead of Newcastle in the table. So this should be a closely contested match between two European aspirants, two teams which are looking to buffer their current position and really take their team up the table and try to finish in one of those European spots. I think a top four is beyond both of these teams in my estimation. However, you do have the Europa League and you also have the Europa Conference League. So any of those positions, I believe, is still up for grabs between Newcastle and West Ham. So the form of both teams have been rather indifferent all season, up and down, yo-yo. Very unpredictable one week to the next in terms of what these teams will do. Newcastle facing a few injuries. We hear that Batman is out for the rest of the season. And in the West Ham camp, Alvarez, the Mexican, he has been a rock in that midfield ever since his signing from Ajax. And he will be missing from this one, serving a one-game suspension after picking up 10 red cards 10 yellow cards, I should say, in the season thus far. So 10 yellow cards, that's an automatic one-game ban. So I believe the disappointing Calvin Phillips should get another go in the heart of the West Ham midfield. And this is going to be another massive test for Phillips. He has failed to really impress since his move from Man City. And if his form does not pick up, then he may be missing out on that plane to Germany in that England squad for the 2024 European Championship. So definitely an opportunity for Calvin Phillips to really step up and shine. I am not convinced, however, I think it will be so-so from him. And I'm not expecting anything much from him in this game, in all honesty. But it should definitely be a competitive game. I am looking forward to it. I'm looking to see what the managers bring to the table. This game is being played at St. James's Park. So from a home advantage, Newcastle definitely has that advantage playing in front of their home fans. I believe Newcastle will look to dominate possession while West Ham will soak up pressure and try to play on the counter. I must say, West Ham do possess a number of interesting attacking talent. Paqueta is the standout Brazilian, which pulls the string in the midfield and gets forward as a box-to-box midfielder. And of course, you have the attacking likes of Bowen, Antonio leading the line, and Kudos, the Ghanaian, again making a move from the Dutch league and really taking the EPL by storm. He has been one of the standout new signings of the EPL this season. I must say he has been an impressive source of attacking rewards for this West Ham team, and he should be looking to get going in this one. Newcastle, on the other hand, they do possess enough quality as well to really hurt this West Ham team. Neither team is really sound defensively, so I do expect goals in these games. And the likes of a Gordon, Isak, Almiron, Guimaraes. These are the players who will be looking to pull the string in the attacking third for this Newcastle team and hoping to breach that leaky West Ham defense. Of course, Newcastle is still dealing with a lot of injuries. Trippier is out. Botman is out. So some sound replacement should be coming in for these players. Captain Lascelles may get the start, and the signing from Chelsea, Livramento, may slot in instead of Trippier. So both teams dealing with injuries are both teams with indifferent form, and both managers really looking to make a push for Europe. I expect goals in this game. I expect both teams to score. So my prediction for this one, I believe this one is too close to call, but my instincts are telling me Newcastle should edge this one, and I'm going for a 2-1 victory for Newcastle in this matchup versus West Ham. I believe goals are in the game. Too much attacking talent is on display for these teams not to score. And defensively, these two teams have not been sound all season. So I expect both goals to be breached. But Newcastle playing in front of their home fans, I think will have that extra push, that extra effort, that extra dimension, and will leave this game victors coming out on top 2-1. So 2-1 victory to Newcastle. But viewers and subscribers, the big game is taking place on Sunday, the top of the table clash, a potential clash that could determine the champions of England this season. It is Manchester City versus Arsenal, master versus apprentice, Pep versus Arteta. You cannot ask for a better matchup for this weekend, viewers and subscribers. All eyes should be glued to your television set come this Easter Sunday. And it's a mouth-watering affair. Arsenal leading the league by a point over Man City. And of course, this one taking place at the Etihad. So, advantage one, Pep is playing in front of his home crowd at the Etihad. So, definitely, the home advantage goes to Man City. But Arteta and Arsenal have been champing at the bit all season, and they definitely have what it takes to go to the Etihad and get a positive result. But viewers and subscribers, I am anticipating a tactical battle. Both Arteta and Pep are cut from the same cloth. So we are looking at high press, high energy, possession-based football. Both teams looking to play out from the back, and both teams looking to employ a man-to-man pressing sort of defense, forcing their opponent into errors and trying to win the ball back in that attacking third before teams can build a momentum and pretty much move the ball through the midfield into the forward line. So Pep, of course, is always unconventional. What will he pull out of the hat for this game? Will he overthink it as he has done in the past? Or will his tactics be spot on? That is indeed the question. Hence the anticipation surrounding this match. And of course, the result will be massive. Any team that wins will really take a massive step forward in terms of putting one hand onto that EPL trophy. So it's a matchup of players, it's a matchup of coaches. And speaking of players, we are hearing coming out of the Arsenal camp that a few players are dealing with a few niggles or a few knocks. Gabriel, the Brazilian centre-back, picked up a knock just before the international break. Saka, the Englishman, he has been a source of attacking brilliance for Arsenal all season. He picked up a knock and had to withdraw from the English squad as well. So those two players are dealing with some niggles. Similarly, on the Man City side of the coin, Man City is also dealing with a few injury concerns, especially in the defensive third. Stones picked up a knock on English duty. Walker also had to be substituted early while playing for England. So those two players could be two big misses for Man City if they cannot be fit for this game. But of course, Man City has an abundance of depth, and Pep has a way of getting the best out of his players, regardless of who plays, regardless of the opponent. And I'm sure he will be planning a tactic for this well-oiled Arsenal outfit. So it's going to be a tight game, quality all over the pitch. Of course, the big man Haaland should be fit and ready. And on the opposite side, Kai Havertz, the German international, he has picked up some form of late and seemed to be getting rid of that label as a flop in the EPL. As he contributes, as he scores, he continues to silence the doubters. And a possible big European title chase could be on the card for him and his German team. Of course, this year Euros is being hosted by Germany, and they will be looking to bounce back from those disappointing World Cup results in the last two World Cups. So much to play for, much to prove in this one. But tactically, both teams, again, I think formation-wise, tried and tested Arsenal formation, 4-3-3. I expect Jorginho to get that start in the midfield along with Odegaard and Rice. That seem to be the combination in midfield that have been producing the goods for this Arsenal team. Your guest, viewers, and subscribers is as good as mine when it comes to the Man City team. We may know the players, but the position they take up may be a different thing. Pep is always pulling a rabbit out of the hat. But for me, looking on this game, I am going to call it that Haaland will start, and he will be supported by the attacking duo of De Bruyne and Alvarez. Foden on the left and Bernardo Silva possibly on the right, or vice versa. And then, of course, Rodri will be the third key peg in that Man City midfield. He is that maestro. It is through Rodri that this Man City team flows. If you can stop Rodri, then it will go a far way in stopping this Man City team. But of course, Man City is full of quality all over the pitch. At any given time, any of these players can really hurt you. Foden have been one of the unsung heroes this season, and he will be looking to get on the score sheet as well. And of course, defensively, they are missing their first choice keeper. So Ortega should step up in the absence of the Man City number one. He picked up an injury some time ago and is still recovering. So Edison should be out. In steps Ortega, another quality goalkeeper who is really good with the ball at his feet. So it's highly unlikely that in the goalkeeping position, Man City will miss a beat. And of course, we are not sure of the fitness of Stones, the fitness of Walker. But in any event, there's the likes of Akanji. There's the likes of Ake. There's the likes of a Diaz. So these are players who can step up and really put a shift in. And of course, Rico Lewis is also there, who have been one of those subs which, when given the opportunity, has come on and have stamped his class on the various games he has participated in. So there is quality all over this Man City team. And also in this Arsenal team, I expect those players will knock to really be fit for this game. Maybe play some role, whether off the bench or as starters. But I doubt this game of this magnitude, of this intensity, will miss those key players. So it's all to play for. These two teams are going for all the marbles. This is a title deciding clash. Who will win is the question, viewers and subscribers. Of course, leave your comments in the comment section. Who will win? What will the scoreline be? But for me, viewers and subscribers, I must say, for this one, I am anticipating a Man City win. My call for this game, Man City to come away 2-1 victors. I believe playing in front of their home crowd will give them that slight advantage, that very slight advantage. It will push them on, it will motivate them. And of course, Arsenal could be said that last season they battled it, the pressure got to them. And this is another high pressure game. Man City has that experience, Man City has that confidence. Arsenal is still questionable. Arsenal is still youthful, still young, haven't made it over the hill as yet. And this is as pressure-filled a game as it will come all season. This is the game that all eyes will be on. And it is up to Arteta and his troops to really pull together, to galvanize, and really take the game to Man City. Man City are defending champions. And if you yourself want to be champions, then you have to beat the current champions. And this is a prime opportunity to do so. In my estimation, viewers and subscribers, whoever wins this game will go a far way in their push to lift the title. So it would not surprise me that the winner of this game will go on to lift the EPL crown. But of course, Liverpool is lurking in the corner. Liverpool is still in this title race. Liverpool is not being given much media attention. Everyone has written off Liverpool, having lost their FA Cup tie versus Manchester United. Klopp having announced that he will be departing at the end of this season. All eyes is now on this new rivalry, master versus apprentice, Arteta versus Pep. But again, Klopp is still not through the door. He is lurking in that corner, ready to pounce on any mistake by these two teams. So the perfect result for Liverpool would be a draw. But I am not seeing it that way, viewers and subscribers. I am seeing an emphatic, yet closely contested 2-1 win for Man City. I just feel they will have too much firepower in the likes of Haaland, in the likes of Foden, in the likes of De Bruyne, in the likes of Alvarez versus Arsenal, which do also have firepower, but to me, lacking in that bit of experience. And oftentimes, much like the master, we may see Arteta overthinking it, making tweaks tactically to counter whatever tactics Pep might bring, which may take these Arsenal players outside of their comfort zone. So that is the fear for me with this Arsenal team. The tweaks are the tactical changes that Arteta, as a thinker of the game, may move these players outside of their comfort zone. So it's all to play for come Sunday, viewers and subscribers. I will be locked into this one, and I will be watching this one very closely. But lots of other games are still on, and of course, you need to keep an eye on the other matches which are also taking place over the weekend. All 20 teams will be in action, so there is much entertainment ahead. And, there is something in this weekend of football for everyone. But there you have it, viewers and subscribers. Thank you again for tuning in to us here on Beating the Press podcast. Of course, please remember to subscribe if you haven't subscribed as yet. And of course, leave a comment, leave a like. Let me know what your predicted result is for this massive clash. Man City versus Arsenal. But until next time, viewers and subscribers, this is Rafa signing off.